word creepy into Google image search and you'll be inundated with photos, some real, some fake. They all aim for the same gut reaction. During the research for top 10 creepy pictures found on Google, we realized there were just too many good pictures to narrow down to one list. So here are 10 more creepy pictures found on Google. Number 10. Devil bunnies? Let's face it, kids can be creepy. Even creepier than just a picture of kids is a black and white picture of kids. Even creepier than that is this weird display of 10 children dressed up as... we don't know. Devil bunnies? Tiny spawns of Satan? While we're probably looking at just an unfortunate Easter Sunday picture, we can't help but wonder if there's an ounce of malevolence behind the one-piece suits these kids were probably forced to dress up in. They're supposed to be cute, right? We still say they're creepy. Number 9. The Queen of Deer. Like a deer in the headlights, or in this case, like a deer being subdued by their human deer queen. Deer, being known for their skittish nature around humans, don't generally stick around for a photograph, which automatically gives this photo a tinge of an unsettling feeling. It poses some questions, the biggest of which being if the deer are even real. If so, what is it about the girl that hasn't sent them off running? Does she have food? Is she a Disney princess? Is she the spirit of a lost girl that the animals just can't see? Personally, our vote is for Disney princess. Number 8. The Old Woman. There's supposedly a backstory to this photo that makes it all the more creepy, but we think even standing alone, it has an air of horror behind it. The old woman, looming at the window, is reminiscent of the old wench from the original House on Haunted Hill, and her hunched-over look distorts her proportions a tad. The tale told around this image, though, is that the woman in the photo is the home's original owner, who died years before the roof construction started and this photo was taken. We won't jump on the ghost bandwagon here, but we can't deny the unnerving nature of this photo. Number 7. The Dearly Departed. The concept of an open casket wake may seem strange to some, but it probably seems a lot less strange than this older-era family portrait. Everything seems pretty normal about the sizable family until you take notice to the sleeping child on the floor. Okay, she's not sleeping. She's deceased. And while post-mortem photos aren't entirely uncommon for the times, there are elements of this specific photo that are creepy. For one, the refusal to look at the camera, the spread of food, and the peaceful look of the dearly departed come together in such a way to amplify the creep factor. Number 6. Lights Out. Before we're called out on it, yes, we know that this is from the short film Lights Out by David Sandberg and Lotta Loston, but that doesn't stop it from being a step above creepy. As we scoured for our 10 photos, we kept coming across this gem and kept trying to scroll past it as quickly as possible. In the film, the image doesn't have that lingering eeriness as staring at the still does. The gaping maw, the sharpened teeth, the empty eyes and their heavy bags, and the remaining human features are not a pleasant sight to look at. So, we'll just leave it here for you to stare at for a second. Number 5. Sister Mary Creepy Face. It would be such an innocent picture of 2 women, probably sisters or really close friends, sitting around a table for the coveted tea time. Enter Sister Mary Creepyface, though, and you have yourself a thing of nightmares. The sweet ladies flanking Creepyface accentuate just how creepy that face is. Her eyes glow, her grin reeks of malice, and the veil does nothing to hide either feature. It's like in the second the photo was taken, something briefly possessed Sister Creepyface to let its presence be known on camera. Add an upside-down cross, and we'd say the claim of possession is irrefutable. Number 4. Begotten. What is going on in this picture? A twisted figure draped in white, what looks like blood is spattered about, and a lot of indistinguishable machinery make this image a little hard to look at. But like number 6, this image has a secret that acts as a bit of relief. This picture of horror isn't real. It's a scene from the 1991 Gothic horror film, Begotten. Even knowing it's from a movie doesn't entirely quell the feeling of unease at looking at this photo because it comes across very realistic, completely unfiltered and untouched to be prettied up for the VHS release. Number 3. Anneliese Michel. In 1975, Anneliese Michel underwent a Catholic exorcism to rid her of the demons that she claimed was laying waste to her body. At the age of 16, in 1968, Michel was deemed epileptic after a seizure, but things seemed a lot more complicated than a case of temporal lobe epilepsy. Within 4 years, Michel and her family were crying possession, which is where this image comes into play. A combination of the vacant look in her crossed eyes, the bruising and blood around her lip, disheveled hair, the tension in her neck, and, to be quite honest, those Lennons make this brief snapshot of Anneliese's life one we'd like to breeze past. Number 2. The Unsettling Dance. We love a good organized dance number just as much as the next person, but once it starts to look like witchcraft, we may need to bow out. The 5 black-laden, pointy-eared, jovial women seem to be dancing around 2 still and kind of dead-looking women on the floor. We can't quite pinpoint the exact creep factor of this picture, but there are definitely several things we don't like. It's tough to trust the happy faces and dancing in this picture without completely ignoring the duo of expressionless faces laying at their feet. Number 1. Gas Mask Wedding. Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something to keep you from dying. That's how it goes, right? When you stumble across this rather unsettling photo of what seems like a very happy day for 2 individuals, you may question why tear gas may have been released during the ceremony, which means you probably have never been to a wedding with an open bar. The alleged story behind this eerie display, though, is that the wedding took place on the island of Miyakijima, Japan, which is under a constant barrage of poisonous gas from volcanic activity. Hence, the gas masks. Did any of these pictures give you the chills? Have an idea for a future Top 10 video? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and